going on, y'all? This is Randall Branch. Welcome back to the channel. We got an audio this morning, man. We're kicking it off nice and early. I'm gonna get a video out later today, but we have an audio right now, man. We're gonna talk about the lie that a lot of men still believe about women that's holding them back. You know, and there's so many lies that a lot of dudes believe about women, but the biggest one is that women aren't visual, quote unquote, creatures, that they don't care about looks. This is something that a lot of men, especially men in the red pill space, talk about. They talk about how men are, quote unquote, visual creatures and women aren't visual creatures. You know, that's a very popular phrase, and a term like that is why a lot of men don't believe in improving their looks, getting their physique on point, because they think it's all about money or status or what you're doing for her. And that's gonna hold you back as a man. It really is. You know, yesterday I made a video talking about how being broke is a blessing in disguise when it comes to dating, because it shows you that you don't necessarily need money to get women. Not even necessarily. It shows you don't really need money at all to get women, honestly. And that holds true, especially when the woman is physically attracted to you on a high level, right? And a lot of guys, they don't take that seriously. And I don't want you guys to be the type of men who don't take their looks seriously, who thinks that looks don't matter, who thinks that women don't care about looks, that women aren't visual. Guys, women are extremely visual. You know, something I've been paying attention to recently, and apparently I was watching this guy's video. He said the same thing happened during the NBA finals. He said like the Spurs team, like women were kind of like going crazy over like the Spurs team and stuff. But I've been paying attention a little bit to the way women have been going crazy over these soccer players out here, man. These soccer players out here are getting hella buzz. And yeah, you could say it's some status involved, but a lot of them just look good, bro. Like they look healthy, they're tall, they have nice lean physiques, and that's gonna do a lot to a woman. And again, I'm not saying, you know, if they're tall, it's over. I'm not saying all that, bro. But I'm just saying, like, a lot of these soccer players, they're getting a lot of buzz, bro. These guys in the World Cup, they're getting a lot of buzz. And it's really because of the look. So stop neglecting physical attraction, guys. Stop thinking that women aren't visual, that women don't care about looks. It's gonna hold you back. You know, I'll tell you guys this right now, and I don't care what any man says. If your woman is not physically attracted to you, or if the woman that you're dealing with is not physically attracted to you on a high level, you will never get the best version out of her. You know, that's just something that a lot of guys don't realize. A lot of guys think that this shit is just all money and status, and, you know, women don't care about looks, women are visual. And that holds so many men back. And like I always talk about as well, like, we're not all living the same reality. You know, you're gonna wanna be part of the select few of men who has his looks on point, who's physically attracted to women, and who's dealing with a woman who finds them physically attractive. You're gonna want to be one of the select few of men who are in that camp. It's gonna drastically change the dynamic that you have between you and your women, or the women that you're talking to. So do not be one of these guys on here talking about, you know, men are visual, women aren't visual, women don't care about looks. It's 2026 and dudes are still saying that. And truth be told, dudes are gonna be saying that for the rest of life, because I don't even know why. I think it's just easier for dudes to internalize that. And honestly, I believe, and this is just my opinion, I'm not gonna act like this is a fact, but it's just my opinion. If we're talking about looks, we're talking about face and physique, we're talking about daily habits like sleep, like skincare, like eating healthy, like working out, like drinking water. it's gonna be hard to sustain. It's gonna be harder to sustain the habits that it takes to look good versus the habits that it takes to get money, right? You could work for a few years, you could potentially get lucky, you could potentially have a good investment. You know, you could even take your foot off the gas. You could retire, right? You can make a lot of money when you turn like 50 or 60 and retire. But you can't do that with your looks. You can't retire from looks. You can't put that on autopilot. Like, there's certain daily inputs that must be done in order for you to be the most attractive version of yourself. And I believe that's the biggest reason why guys like to neglect it, because it is the hardest thing, you know. But at the end of the day, fellas, they care about looks. And even outside of women, because not everything's about women, you should care about your looks, because when you have your looks on point, you're gonna be the most confident version of yourself and the best version of yourself. It's a very short audio, and we'll have a video coming out later today, but I just want you guys to stop believing this lie, man. This lie holds up, it holds back a lot of men, and a lot of men don't get to see their true potential because they don't understand that they need to start taking their looks more seriously, and that women are visual. You know, you could argue that they're just as visual as men. I believe that women care about more things. I would argue that men and women are just as visual, but just women care about a multitude of things, while men is like visual and like maybe for the most part like 2 to 3 other things, which I would argue is even wrong. I think men should care about more things, but that's a whole nother video, right? Just because women value more things than just the visual, that doesn't mean that the visual isn't important, right? Take your physique, take your face, your appearance, your aesthetics, take all that seriously, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed this audio. I'll see you guys later today for a vid. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you guys want to book a consultation with me or join my coaching program or get any personalized plans with me, check the first link in the description. This is Randall Branch Media, getting some steps in nice and early in the morning. But we got a video coming out later, so I'll see you guys for that. You guys have a good morning. Peace.